For a while now, there have been rumors going around that HersheyPark is going to convert Wildcat into a hybrid coaster. And this year, we have seen some markings on some of the supports and around the area. So is something going to happen with the world's first GCI coaster? Hey everyone, it's Brandon here from Theme Park Predictions and more. And you're about to hear my predictions on this very intriguing rumor and all of my thoughts about it, including how this can make HersheyPark the best coaster park in the entire world. And at the end of the video, I'm also going to share with you how this one coaster could pave the way for the park's next coaster. And I share my prediction on that as well. Wildcat at HersheyPark features 3,180 feet of track, a 106-foot tall lift hill, and speeds of 50 miles an hour. So let's talk about what this coaster could be like if it would become a hybrid. Would the project go to RMC, who's already established themselves when it comes to converting older wooden coasters to hybrids, or would they give the project to GCI, which built Wildcat back in 1996 for the project? Now I don't know if GCI is ready for a full conversion of their Titan track, because as of now, we have seen White Lightning down at Fun Spot Orlando, Wolverine Wildcat at Michigan's Adventure, and Predator at Six Flags Darien Lake each have a section of the wooden track replaced with the new GCI Titan track, generally replacing the worst part of the ride with the new steel track, essentially making it the best part of the ride, or at least the smoothest. And in my mind, I would think this project would go to GCI if they were able to create a full-blown conversion of a hybrid. But again, this is HersheyPark, and they currently do not have a coaster from RMC, and this would be the perfect outcome for the park. Now, a few questions that I have revolving around the RMC conversion of Wildcat is how much larger will it be? What color will the iBox track be? Because I would personally love to see a track be like a dark purple or a bright pink and have the supports be painted all black. To me, that would really pop in this area of the park and look really cool at night. Another question that I have is how will this coaster rank with the other RMC hybrids? Now obviously, without seeing the layout for the new coaster, we really can't go that far yet. But I think there is an outside chance that this conversion could create a top 3 RMC when all said and done. And this No Limits creation of RMC Wildcat is done by the one and only Amusement Insider. So go check out his work because he's one of the best in the industry when it comes to no limit creations. Currently, HersheyPark offers 14 different roller coasters. You have 2 B&Ms, 4 wooden coasters, 3 Intamins, a great Schwarzkopf, and a few other great filler coasters. But as far as when this new roller coaster could open, I predict we're going to see this coaster built and open in time for the 2023 season. So again, I think Wildcat will close sometime this summer, and that's going to give the park enough time to convert this coaster into a hybrid and give the park enough time to spruce up the area around the entrance of the ride. And besides, does HersheyPark really even need Wildcat, considering they already have Lightning Racer, which is 2 wooden coasters that duel, plus the underrated Comet. And it's no secret that Wildcat is arguably the worst coaster in the park and definitely the worst wooden coaster. And that's with the Millennium Flyer trains that were added in 2007. If this rumor really is true, and I indeed do think it is, then HersheyPark's coaster lineup is going to be pure insanity. Now just imagine a roller coaster like this featuring this type of drop. Now pair that with Skyrush and the amazing drop Skyrush does offer, then HersheyPark is going to have an insane 1-2 punch on their hands when it comes to the conversation of having the best drop on a roller coaster. Now before I tell you just how tall and how big this project could get, if you're looking for some cool coaster merch, please check out themeparkpredictions.com for my collection of comfortable merchandise that doesn't cost an arm and a leg. It's comfortable, it looks great, and it does support the channel, so I do thank you very much for all the support for everyone who has bought merchandise before. So now, let's talk about how big this coaster is going to be. Could we see the park expand the footprint? Because as you can see here, there's a lot of areas around Wildcat where if the park wanted to, they could expand the footprint to make this coaster that much larger. But it all comes down to cost. How much money does HersheyPark want to spend on this project? but I predict that unlike most RMC conversions in the past, we will see this project get extended into one of these areas, making this roller coaster even longer and that much better. Now here's a bold thought or prediction, whatever you want to classify it, but could this become the tallest roller coaster in HersheyPark? Currently, Candemonium has that claim at 210 feet, so would the park look to break this just a few short years after that coaster opened? I do doubt that, but currently Wildcat is 106 feet tall, so by adding around 110 feet to this lift hill could make this roller coaster top out at around 215 feet, making it the world's tallest RMC hybrid coaster ever. And I'm just saying this so you guys can have an idea at what could happen. Now, will it happen? I honestly doubt it. But a good comparison would be Gwazi, because that ride was around 105 feet tall, and then we saw RMC add over 100 feet to the height, making it the world's tallest hybrid. So it is possible, because all you need is money and space and the trust from RMC on making a world-class roller coaster. And if you want more information on just this, on how HersheyPark could build the biggest coaster in the history of the park, then I highly recommend checking out HersheyPark Enthusiast, because he has a great video on this that you have to check out. And the link for that will be in this video's description. Now, if HersheyPark would RMC Wildcat, how would this rank against other parks in the country as far as best overall coaster lineups? And I personally already consider HersheyPark a top 5, if not top 3 coaster lineup in America, even without RMC Comet. Because in my opinion, as of now, you have Kings Island, Cedar Point, and Six Flags Magic Mountain as the best coaster lineups. But I would bet with RMC Wildcat, HersheyPark will bump out Kings Island and become a top 3 coaster lineup in the country. So I do predict that in 2023, HersheyPark will be RMC and Wildcat to make it one of the best RMC conversions ever created to date. And if all things go as planned, and the relationship between Hershey and RMC is strong, then I predict that in a few short years after Wildcat gets converted, we could see RMC be called to make their way back to HersheyPark for them to design and install a brand new RMC T-Rex to the park. And this model is definitely going to happen. There's really no reason why it wouldn't, especially due to how minimal the supports would be for the ride. And I think that's going to be a huge benefit for HersheyPark, because it's going to be a lot easier to add a major roller coaster like a T-Rex when you don't have to have as many supports, and this thing could be built on top or below some other coasters and have some great interactions, just like a lot of the other rides and roller coasters do at HersheyPark. So there you have it, my predictions for HersheyPark. I do think RMC Wildcat is going to happen in 2023. Then I also predict that we're going to see an RMC T-Rex, if the relationship with RMC and HersheyPark is strong, debut at the park sometime in possibly 2026 or 2027. Now that you know my HersheyPark predictions for Wildcat, what are yours? Please let me know in the comments, and also share with me your thoughts regarding my T-Rex prediction as well. Once again guys, thank you so much for all the support for the channel, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Remember to smile today, think positive, and keep riding coasters.